comfort is a trap. It's a deadly flu. Okay, alright, maybe that wasn't the best comparison, but yeah, okay. That was not the best comparison, but I said that because comfort is like a flu, because we tend to not realize it. We tend to start to not notice it. And this is the perfect video for you if you haven't noticed it. And I think the worst fear, the worst nightmare is not knowing something. You know, when you have a problem and you don't know something, that's the worst thing. By far. That's like a nightmare. You know, that's my nightmare at least. But being too comfortable toward anything, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's being in your hometown, whether it's living at your parents' house, whatever it is, you need to get out. You need to put yourself out there, you know? And it could be small things. It don't gotta be something that dramatic like what I just said. But especially like a relationship, if you tend to see that maybe you don't really like them that much. Maybe you're in a toxic relationship, which if you are, blink twice and I'll help you. Okay. But no, yeah, just knowing that is like, you gotta wake up. You gotta realize, like, don't be too afraid to put yourself out there. Don't be too afraid to start all over again, you know? And that's something that I'm starting to realize right now at the moment. And this is something that I wish I heard a couple of years ago, was that afraid. Don't be afraid to start over. Because starting over doesn't mean that you failed. Doesn't always mean that this is life. It's actually a good start of getting out of your comfort zone. Getting out of all of that, you know? And, tying back to the relationship, don't be afraid of finding love again. Don't be afraid of that you won't meet anyone, because you will. I mean, dating apps are all over with. Okay, dating apps are sometimes a little bit iffy sometimes, but putting yourself out there, you know, doing the things that you enjoy doing to meet that person that you will fall for, you know. And, you know, I can talk about love and, like, relationship for hours because, you know, there's a lot to go over. But this video is really focused on being too comfortable. And that's something that you need to realize, is that once you start to realize you're one step ahead. And once you're one step ahead, then you got to think, what can I do? You know? And knowing this is that you don't have to make dramatic changes like I'm saying, right? It doesn't have to mean that break up with your girlfriend or break up with your boyfriend. That is not what I'm saying. I mean, if you feel like you should, okay, then maybe you should. But, man, I'm gonna have like everyone in the comments like, yo, I just broke up with my girl. I'm like, oh, cool. You know? Damn. Anyway. Man, that was actually pretty funny. But yeah, honestly, realizing that is that you need to know when to wake up. You need to know that being too comfortable is a trap, you know. And I will say that some people will say when you're too comfortable, it's a good thing. And yes, but to a certain point, for a year or two, and no, like, don't be too comfortable. Then you're clearly doing something wrong. And doing that every single day, whether waking up, going to your job, going home, that's boring. That is no life to live. I mean, in my eyes, that's no life to live. And that's something that I generally don't want for my life. And I remember seeing in Twilight Zone an episode where it's like, there was these characters, there was a family, and they were doing the same thing every single day toward the day they started until they died. And that's what made me realize, like, how much potential that these people had, you know? They had so many hobbies, they had so many things that they enjoyed doing, but they never did it because they were just too busy of being too comfortable at living their everyday life. So knowing that is like, don't do that. Avoid that at all costs, you know? Especially if you're living in your hometown, move out. Try to explore a new city, try to find a new state, or hey, even move to a new country. Alright, maybe that's like a little extreme, but I would love to move to a new country at the moment. Like, if someone put on the table right now, like, yo, Nicky, you want to move to Japan? I'm like, we out. I'll pack up right now, you know? Yeah, that would be a blessing. But I say this because I think it's a great thing to put yourself out there, explore new things, you know? You want to become a pioneer. You want to become a voyager. You're exploring. Go see the world. Life is too short, you know? Don't be too stabilized in your everyday life, you know? And listen, I understand why people stay in their hometown, whether it's because of friends, family, you know, we start to be trapped into it, and I get it. I know some people that moved out. Some people started to realize, like, man, I really miss being in my hometown, like, people that I know, people that I can talk to, you know, and I understand that, for that sense of point, you know, it's always a good thing to have two sides of the story, figure out two sides of the picture, but weigh out the pros and cons. weigh out what will be a little bit better. If it doesn't work out, moving out, okay, that's fine. Move back to your hometown, and then maybe try again, or maybe reestablish yourself in your hometown, and then go from there. I mean, nothing is permanent. People priorities will change. Everything will change throughout time. Nothing ever stays permanent. I mean, yeah, nothing will ever stay the same. And I say this because people come and go, jobs will end, new opportunities will come, but only if you look for it, only if you put yourself out there. Opportunity will knock on your door, knock on your bedroom door. It's like, yo, new opportunity, let's go, You have to look for it. You have to put yourself out there. And that's why I say become a pioneer, become an explorer of finding those opportunities, of leaving your comfort zone. I remember hearing a saying, actually it was a saying by someone podcast, and it was like, the minute you walk out of your door, it's a new opportunity that you can meet. Whether that's running errands, whether that's trying something new, no matter what it is, you'll never know what you'll see. You'll never know who you'll meet. You'll never know what experience you'll go through on the smallest thing. And knowing that changed my mindset completely, because every time I walk out of my front door, I know new opportunity can come, either big or small. So understand that, even just the small things, like I said, whether it's going on for a run every day, whether it's going on a bike ride, whether it's going to a new gym, meeting new friend, going to a coffee shop and doing work there. That's all that matters. Changing your everyday routine to get out of your comfort zone. Get out of the routine that you're constantly living every single day. And once you do that, you start to see life isn't so bad. Life is joyful. It's manageable. It's something that we live for, But yeah, I mean, that's like the things that you should realize. Realize it, change it, and start. That's it. I could have probably just started that in the beginning. But yeah, anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. I've been seeing a lot of your comments. You guys are like, I see it. I see all the love and support, so I really appreciate it. I will see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, tomorrow. I'm going to figure out a video idea. But anyway, be good and peace.